This is Adam from Precise Petcare, and we're entering our question and answer section of the new interface webinar. Does anyone have any questions?
Hey Adam, this is Mark. I have a question regarding the ongoing visit screen.
Sure.
In the previous interface, I could cancel an ongoing service for maybe 60 days, but then I'd have to go through the schedule itself and actually delete those 60 visits manually. Can that be done from one screen in the new system?
That part hasn't changed. The one thing you can do is you can change the status to canceled, and actually that is something that's going to be new, where there's not a future visit generation setting. There's just you change the status to canceled, and that cancels the ongoing series. So we're removing one of those options. So just status canceled, and then if you did the effective date of whenever you wanted the visit to stop, it would cancel visits starting on that date. Now, if you wanted them completely removed from the schedule, yes, you do have to delete them still.
Okay, great.
It would still, if you had made changes further out and then made changes before that date, the previous changes will still be lost like it was in the last one?
Yes, that part hasn't changed. We do have an idea on how to fix that, but we have not implemented it yet.
Okay.
Pam? Does anyone else have a question?
So is Lynn gonna tell us to ask, or should we just jump in?
She said that Pam can go next. If this is Pam, then please go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I'm here. I was on mute.
Oh, sorry.
I was just asking with the photos. Is it possible then that we can go into each pet profile and be able to see all their photos stored on their profile?
Okay, yeah. So there is a way to do that. It's not in the profile, but if we go to resources and then photos,
yeah.
If we just search for a client or click on a client name, we'll see all their photos. So those profiles are getting a little crowded. You know, we don't want to add more and more tabs to the profile. That's probably the reason why we're not adding this, because it would be pretty simple to do this, and maybe we will figure out a way to put it right in the profile, but it's pretty simple right here too.
But if we logged in as the client, would we then see all the pictures? Because
yes.
I just seen on the one client that it was up on the top right-hand corner, you could see one picture of the dog. So if we logged in, we would be able to see them all?
Yeah, so if you're logged in as the client sees all their photos, and then you can, by going to the photos page here, you can also see all of their photos in one place.
Oh, perfect. That's cool.
Katie?
Yeah, my question was similar before, is that all the old journal photos that we've taken over the years, now would those be able to go into these shared galleries that are new, or are those going to be kind of in limbo?
Those photos are all going to be there, so there's no kind of limbo.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sure. Pat?
Okay, so we don't use PPC for our accounting, so all that stuff that's on the dashboard related to invoicing and such, can we have that be hidden?
Yeah, that's probably a setting that we can do for you, but if you don't use the invoicing, we can completely turn off all invoicing pages. That's just a manual setting on our end.
Okay, because if our clients log in and they see invoicing tab, they get confused and think that they can pay online. So.
Oh, Pat, we've already turned that off for you, I believe. So
yeah, I didn't know.
It would be the same, where no one can see anything related to invoicing.
Okay, and other all the settings that we have right now, like the invoicing turned off and tags and things like that. Is that going to, when the new interface rolls out, all our settings will stay the same?
Yes, it's not going to change any settings. And all your tags will look and stay the same. Deb?
Yeah, I came in partway. My apologies. I had some technical difficulties of my own. Trying to look at the view in which you're showing the invoicing, and I'm from what I caught, the invoicing is showing all on one page along with the visits as history. So is that invoices that have been sent only, or invoices that have been generated?
The actual invoices and what pages they're on and what tabs they're in hasn't changed. So you have your full invoice list, you're not sent, you're open, you're overdue, and you're paid. So you have tabs for each one of those.
And so will the clients have visibility of ones that haven't been sent?
No, that hasn't changed.
Okay, so they're only going to see invoices that have been sent.
Correct.
And is there the ability at all yet to not show historic invoices that are open on a current invoice?
I believe if they're not sent, they won't show. You know, it should follow the same rules.
Uh-huh.
But
okay.
If you're really behind on entering your transaction, then there's not too much we can do about that.
Yeah, you know me. We're still working all that out, but yeah, this looks really good. You guys have been doing obviously a lot of work, so good job.
Thanks. Katie?
Okay, I've got two actually now. One's for following up on the question. You can't see that.
You're breaking up a little bit, Katie.
You said,
Start over.
yeah, for Deb, she asked about the not sent invoices. So clients not see invoices that haven't been sent?
Correct.
Is that?
Yes.
Okay. The other question I had is for kind of like your staff profiles or your biographies. We have the name of our sitters turned off in our journals. Can our still see that? I don't need biography. So create it.
Sure. Excuse me. You're breaking up a little bit there again. I believe what you're asking is if clients can see those biographies for your sitters. Is that correct?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's completely optional. So for your clients to actually see those biographies, you as a manager would need to edit the sitter, and you need to add that biography.
Okay.
And
even if lost in the journal.
If the sitter name isn't showing, those shouldn't be visible anyway.
Okay.
So that shouldn't affect you.
Okay. Thank you.
Did you say you had two, or was that it?
Oh.
Sorry, you're still breaking up. We're just going to move on to the next one. Kyle?
Hey, Adam, I just have a question about rolling this out to sitters and clients. I was wondering, is there some way that I can kind of get used to the interface for a bit, and then open it up to clients? That way I can kind of answer some questions for them if they have any.
That's a good question, Kyle. Certainly one way would be using the demo site. If you didn't already have access to the demo site, we could open it back up for you again.
That'd be great. Yeah, okay. Just so I can play around with it a little bit.
Sure. If you want to send us an email, just so we can deal with that outside of this.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks.
Pat?
Okay, I have to remember what question I asked. Hold on. Oh, so you talked about there was a place where the client could click on the journal to see a bio of the sitter. Where does that information come from?
So you have your website with us, and you have your sitter bios already in the system.
Correct.
Now those aren't connected to where this sitter bio is at the moment. That's something we need to kind of move to, and that's something that eventually be more connected. But at the moment, it's in a different spot in the system, and that's in the user account when you're editing the user account.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So it wouldn't be functional right now for us.
It's Brian.
So Adam, it wouldn't be functional for us right now in the new interface because we haven't migrated the information to it. Correct?
Correct. Yeah. So that's something you need to set up. Excuse me. It's something you need to set up once the new interface was turned on for you. You would then have those options to enter the biography here. So you need not to just copy and paste.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Deb?
Yeah, so it's a couple questions now. This is all rolling out, and I'm looking at it. So in the sitter info, if you are showing this biography, does this automatically show the sitter's contact info?
No, it just shows their position. It shows their photo, and their position, and their biography.
Okay, good, because, yeah, I don't want them directly contacting the sitters necessarily. And then I want to also highlight what was mentioned earlier about a demo. I'd love to be able to kind of eyeball that a little bit more before I start turning this on and getting all sorts of questions from clients. Is the client manual updated?
Yes, it is. If we go to the help, we'll see client manual and the resources here, and you can see the client manual is in fact updated.
Okay. And then lastly, visibility of rates and how rates are displayed, whether you show them to sitters or not. Are all of our basic settings going to migrate over the same, so where there's not going to be any surprises when a live punch is done on our side or is there stuff that we need to set up ahead of time in the new interface to ensure that information stays the way we have it now?
With all of the settings that you've set up in the site options, nothing is going to change just by switching to the new interface. So that's all going to stay the same.
Okay, good. And the login site, the actual URL, is that the same? It's just a punch on your side?
Yep.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Kyle?
Hey, Adam.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Is it my turn?
Yes. Go ahead, Kyle.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I was just wondering if we went through all the new features in this video, or is there a new feature list or anything like that that we can just kind of check over and we can kind of cruise through whatever's new and check that out and play around a bit?
We don't have one posted all in one place, but it's certainly something. If a lot of people are interested in it, we can get it out there.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Pam?
Yeah, I was just asking about the little icon you have for the GPS for the sitters.
Sure.
Can they just turn on the GPS by clicking on that, or is it still when they're on their device that they'll get the prompt once to enable the GPS?
And if they
prompts. Okay.
Yeah. And you know that icon is going to very clearly show them when it's working and not working, because it's either green or very light gray when it's not working.
Okay, perfect.
Pat?
Any couple things. One, anything in the new interface as far as keys go, keeping track of keys, or is that pretty much the same as before?
I believe that's the same. We've made some updates to that recently, where like sitters can see the keys in the profile, and we've added more tabs to the keys page. Some of these may change depending on your setting with the keys.
Okay.
But that's all already implemented even on the old interface.
Okay. And is there a drop dead date for the transition where we won't be able to? I mean, I'm not sure toggling back and forth makes sense. I would like access to the demo site so I can play around with it before I roll it, let clients know.
Sure. So it's going to be an opt-in. We're gonna send an email saying the new interface is now there for you to use, and we'll have a prompt to get you to where the setting is to turn it on. So you have control over when you start using the new interface, and once you turn it on, it's on for everyone.
Right. Okay.
If individual users for one reason or another don't like the new interface, they can switch back to the old interface, and that's something that'll be in place for the foreseeable future, just until we get everything working exactly as it should be.
Okay, so on this demo site, does it look like this that you're showing on the screen? It's not going to be branded for me, right? For my company.
This is the demo site that we're looking at right now.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Pat?
That was me.
Katie? Oh, okay. Katie's having some trouble with our audio. So Katie asked, I would love an update where we can pull a log of the keys issued back and forth. So there's kind of a way to do that. You have in your keys, you can see the last, the current location and when it was received. If you were to go to the history for a particular key, that should allow you to see more information. Of course, in the demo site, there's not going to be a lot of information here. And this may or may not get you what you want, but it's somewhat close to what you're asking for. When an invoice is unsent, does it change the balance on the account in the client view? Unsent invoices do count against the client balance. So if you're looking in that client profile and you have a balance down here at the bottom, that includes all invoices, and that's not something that the client sees. So that does include all invoices sent or unsent. Any other questions?
Yeah, this is Deb. I had a question about the switching back and forth by individuals between the interfaces. Do you foresee confusion occurring if clients or some clients and or sitters stay on the old interface versus the new in terms of any information that anyone would not see?
All of the essential information is going to be there. It's just there are better ways to see it in the new interface than in the old interface. And as far as confusion goes, we don't foresee much confusion because it's essentially the same way of doing things. It's just designed a little bit differently. So for clients and sitters especially, there's not much change other than just looks and things maybe in slightly different places, but they're basically doing things the same way.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Hey, Adam, this is Gary. I have a question. I'd noticed something a couple weeks back that there was going to be an upgrade to the website, so that I think there are going to be more templates or something. Is that going to be rolled out at the same time that all this other information is? Because we've been waiting on creating our website until the upgrade.
Yeah, so if you use the standard template, then that's something that will change automatically. And let me see if I can just get you an example.
We haven't created anything yet. I was waiting for the upgrade to see what changes there were going to be.
Okay. If someone else just wants to just ask a question, I'm going to just find an example of what our template looks like if you were to use us for your website.
Hey, Adam, it's Pat. Will the client still get an email with a link when the journal update goes out, in addition to if they logged into their profile?
Yes, that part hasn't changed. So if
Okay.
you were to,
Did you show us what a client's going to see when they get their journal? Can't remember if you showed us that or not.
So now I can also, we can look at a journal. We can see this is what it looks like when you're logged in. And the journals are still accessible when you're not logged in. So if I log out, we'll see, we can still see that journal. And it has the new interface. So that there's no requirement to log in to see journals as before.
Right. And that's the way it is now. And now, did you take away the two different? There was a blue button to add photos, and then the green button save and add photos. Is there only one way now?
No,
add photos to
there's
the journal?
2 ways still, and there's more options. So instead of save and add photos, you have save as draft, and then you can add photos and you can change all the rest of the information in the visit.
Oh, okay. So it's not just once you hit it, you can that way you can make changes if you need to. I think you talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think someone asked about having a list of features. That would be really great because it's something that we could roll out to our sitters and to the clients about the things that are going to look a little bit different for them before we, go live with it.
Okay. And we are going to send just kind of a template email that you could copy and paste and send to your clients.
Okay.
All right. All right. Any other questions? Mark?
And I'm sure it would be listed in the feature set thing that comes out as far as what new features are there, but I use reporting quite extensively to do different things, and I was wondering if there's any new advanced reporting coming in the new interface.
We made some slight changes to the reporting recently, but those aren't new interface specific. We've added some more options, such as ongoing series and package. So there's no specific reporting updates with the new interface, but we're always considering all options for improving the system.
Yeah, because like for one example, I have on our intake form, we actually ask our clients like what their favorite pet store is, and then we'll send out birthday, like a gift card on the client's birthday or the pet's birthday. So the problem I have is that the pet's birthday is in the pet table, so to speak, from an IT perspective, and the client's favorite pet store is in the client table, and I can't get both of them on one report. You know what I mean?
Okay. So just as far as pet birthdays, so that's actually something that's kind of new, which I didn't get a chance to mention. There's a birthday view in the pet profiles where you can see all the birthdays for a particular month. And I don't know if you can email. Oh, actually, you can send an email right from this page. So if you wanted to email just to those pet birthdays that month. And we also have a automatic email. I believe it's on the 25th of each month that sends you all of the birthdays for the next month. So that is pets and staff.
Okay. Well, that's nice. I like that.
And I have the template. Just wanted to for anyone that was considering using us for their website. So this is essentially what the new template is going to look like. Very, very similar to what we were looking at before. You have your testimonials. You have your footer. And of course, the login button is right there, and the help button is right there. whenever you need it. Contact us. And this is all mobile friendly, of course. Something that we don't have an example of at the moment, but you can actually add, those large photos that you're used to seeing on websites. You can add slideshows. You can add photos that just show up very large right here. That's probably something we'll have another webinar or some kind of information specifically on. So we'll get into more detail somewhere else.
Okay, thank you.
Pam.
Yeah, just following up from Pat's, Pat was asking about the journals. Just checking that it's still the same that when they get their journals, it needs to be associated with their email so they can view the journal. Or is it
okay.
anybody with that link?
Pam, but Pat, can we add videos to journals? Not at the moment. That's something that we would love to do. I think we need to get over the hump of this new interface release before we consider something like that, but it's definitely a good idea.
Okay.
Being able to reorder pets in the pet profiles, actually, that was something, Pat, that I believe you had some trouble with before because you had a large number of pets that you needed to reorder. So now, if you are in a client profile, the pets tab of a client profile, you can actually do a reorder once we're in table view, not birthday view. You can do a reorder of just the pets for one particular client. So you don't have to reorder all of the pets
oh,
of
awesome.
your clients to just
Great.
to change the order of one client.
Okay, that's cool.
We don't have any options for texting yet. That part hasn't changed.
That would be awesome.
Does anyone else
Just saying.
have any questions?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if no one else has any questions, we're gonna wrap this up. And of course, we're going to be posting these videos tomorrow and posting more and more information. And if you have any questions on anything, just let us know. We want to make sure that this is as seamless for everyone as possible. And again, it's something that you are gonna you're going to be able to decide yourself when the new interface is rolled out for your company. So you can do that whenever you want. And of course, we had some requests to use the demo site. You need to email us if you want to, in fact, do that, so you can test it out yourself before rolling it out. All right. Thank you very much, everyone.